Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my channel. This is a episode in the series of Jaded Journalism with a Touch of Shade by myself, LaShawn Turner for Cali FM. This topic is on the Makhia Bryant shooting. So the name of the post, and you can also read it on Cali FM, Makhia Bryant, the Black community's crazy reaction to the 9-second justified kill shot. Since I've been writing at Cali FM, I've covered different police-involved shootings every week, and truth be told, it's happening so regularly, it seems there is a deadly shooting almost daily. So I, like many in the Black community, are feeling somewhat traumatized, discouraged, outraged, you name it. We are sick and tired of it all. I believe a bit of post-traumatic stress disorder has kicked in, however, to the point that every time someone gets shot, the protest and rally mechanism kicks in, and we are ready to condemn the police even before knowing the facts. People are ready to condemn any and everyone on GP except the individual, and in this case, in my opinion, was responsible for the outcome. Yes, I said it, Makhia Bryant's actions led to her death in the fatal shooting, which in my opinion was justified. On the day that finally saw justice for George Floyd, with the guilty verdicts on all counts against the rogue cop Derek Chauvin, who kneed the life out of a Black man for no reason, comes news of the shooting of Makhia Bryant. I immediately grabbed the body cam video and posted it on my IG, and it quickly began to rack up views and comments. To me, the video was clear that Makhia was at that point the aggressor, and plain to see that whatever had caused the escalation that day, which was reportedly she had been jumped or was in fear of being jumped, but clearly at the time when she attacked two girls in the frame, no one was fighting or even close to her. And what astounded me was the willingness of some of the Black community to lump this incident in like it was a George Floyd moment, which it clearly was not. And when I posted that sentiment on my IG, that's what started the comments. Then I was amazed at what seemed to be the most idiotic statements, considering that everyone had seen the same information from the body cam. Comments like, "He could have de-escalated the situation." No, he couldn't have. He was on scene 9 seconds before Makhia tried to stab two girls. Impossible, considering the time frame. He got out with his gun drawn, and he already knew he was going to shoot somebody. He had it on his mind the whole time. No, he didn't. You can plainly see he unholstered the weapon after he was out of the car when Makhia came around the car, knife in hand, charging at the first girl. Well, he could have used a taser. No, he could not. Time and distance plus going against deadly force, he was authorized and did use deadly force against a knife-wielding person. Tasers do not always deploy, and it also does not always stop someone. If he had done anything other than shoot her at that moment, she would have likely killed the girl in pink. He could have tackled her. So police are paid and work in high risk, but really, do you expect him to take a stab wound and potentially give his life so that a mad stabber can do what? Kill him and two others? No. He could have shot the knife out of her hand. SMDH, really? Shaking my head on that one. Like he's a sharpshooter, like the police are sharpshooters. He should have known Makhia was the one who called the police. Duh, 9 seconds to the kill shot. What could he have known in 9 seconds other than someone is trying to stab people? And really, just because she may have called 911, in which now we know that I don't know if they've actually released who it was who called 911, but that it does not excuse her subsequent actions. She tried to kill two people. And finally, he could have only shot once, not 4 times. So if he would have shot once and killed her, that would be somehow different. They are trained to shoot to kill, basically, neutralize the threat, and he did that. I thought about these crazy comments and rationales, and the only logical thing I could come up with is our community is suffering from a collective sort of PTSD from the many actual unjustified officer-involved shootings. So PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, is a mental health condition that's triggered by a terrifying event, either experiencing it or witnessing it. Symptoms may include flashbacks, nightmares, and severe anxiety, as well as uncontrollable thoughts about the event. And somewhere in that definition of PTSD, I find that maybe some of our community is suffering from some of these symptoms. So here's the overall jaded opinion. The discussion of it may have been heard that call the police for help, etc., is factually irrelevant. You cannot attempt to stab and kill others in front of the police and not expect to get shot. And the question I asked that had people coming at me was, what if the girl in pink would have been stabbed or killed? Then what? Listen, folks, I don't have a love for police either, but we have to see these things through a clear lens, incident by incident. I felt really bad that people will equate something like this to the George Floyd incident. Nothing is comparative, and doing so is delegitimizing the movement because it seems no matter the facts, some are willing to blame and accuse everyone except the individual who used deadly force and was met with deadly force, unfortunately. Also, the real folks to blame, in my opinion, are the alleged father and adoptive parents who were standing by while the whole situation unfolded, and the one guy actually participated in it. They all should feel some blame, but what I've seen so far is them saying things like, oh, she was just a kid, you didn't have to shoot her, accusing others and deflecting from their roles in the precipitating events leading up to this tragic incident. I saw one report where it said the mother plans on suing the foster care system, and I'm like, on the same day that Makhia died, I saw something that said the mother was planning on suing the foster care system, that she was blaming the foster care system for Makhia's actions. That one freeze frame where she is in motion with a knife in hand brings about the idea of Child of Chucky to me, or something. And that may sound bad, but it is what it is. And with only 9 seconds, the cop did what he is trained to do, and that is protect. He saved the life of the girl in pink. Admittedly, it was a sad situation, but I do not believe systemic racism or any other racism existed in those 9 seconds. I believe the officer made the correct decision given the time and circumstance. Comparisons to other whites who didn't get shot, etc. I mean, I get it. But 2 wrongs don't make a right. And again, another black girl's life was saved. If the cop really didn't give a fuck, he would have let it play out. So, that's my jaded opinion. You're welcome to yours in the comments. And we just have to see what unfolds with this particular officer-involved shooting.